Hello, Next Chapter Book Club friends. This is another book I'm reading. Soup Day. Mr. Putter and his fine cat, Tabby, lived in an old house with an old porch and an old swing and lots of old things inside. Mr. Putter and Tabby didn't mind old things. They were old too, so they felt right at home. There. Here's the picture. Okay. One of the oldest things in Mr. Putter's house was the stove. Mr. Putter was very attached to his stove. He called her Bessie. Every day Bessie cooked up oatmeal and tea for Mr. Putty and Tabby. Some days she cooked up muffins. And on really special days she cooked up soup. Mr. Putter and Tabby loved soup. Here. Okay. But it was a lot of trouble. Mr. Putter never had all the right ingredients at the right time. No onions, he would say to Tabby. No soup. Or no beans, he would say. No soup. And sometimes no macaroni, no soup. Tabby was really sorry about the macaroni. It was her favorite part. There. There's the next picture. But one day when Mr. Putter and Tabby wanted soup, Mr. Putter found he had everything. Look, Tabby, said Mr. Putter. Even macaroni. Tabby purred and purred. Tabby would be... today would be a soup day. Okay. Maybe not. Mr. Putter put everything on the counter and started chopping. He chopped up celery, he chopped up carrots, he chopped up potatoes, he chopped up onions, and cried and cried. All right, guys, halfway through. Tabby worried and rubbed against his leg. Don't worry, Tabby, said Mr. Putter. It's just the onions. He smiled and gave her a pat. Tabby felt much better. Mr. Putter dumped all of the chopped things into a big pot of water. Ooh. He turned on the stove to let them cook, but nothing happened. Bessie didn't warm up. She didn't warm up even a little. She just sat there, cold and quiet. Oh, no, said Mr. Putter. Bessie's on the blink. No, now what? Now what? Now what do we do? Mr. Putter looked at Tabby. Tabby looked at Mr. Putter. They both looked at Miss Teaberry's house through the window. Said Mr. Putter. See. Neighbors. Miss Teaberry was Mr. Putter's friend. Her good dog Zeke was Tabby's friend. They all liked being neighbors, and Miss Teaberry loved to cook. Maybe Miss Teaberry will help us make soup, said Mr. Putter. He phoned her up. Miss Teaberry, said Mr. Putter, Bessie's on the blink, and I'm trying to make soup. Oh dear, said Mrs. Teaberry. May Tabby and I make soup at your house? Asked Mr. Putter. Well, said Miss Teaberry, I'm just on my way to shuck oysters with the girls. Miss Teaberry enjoyed odd things. Can you make your soup with Zeke in the house? She asked. Of course, said Mr. Putter. He'll be good, said Miss Teaberry. Of course, said Mr. Putter. He'll be nice, said Miss Teaberry. Of course, said Mr. Putter. And he promises not to be a brother, said Miss Teaberry. Oh, Zeke's not a brother, said Mr. Putter. We'll be right over. Look at that. Okay. The brother. Mr. Putter and Tabby carried all the soup things over to Miss T-Berry's house. Zeke met them at the door. He had his leash. "No walk, Zeke," said Mr. Putter. He and Tabby went into the kitchen. Zeke came in with his ball. "No ball, Zeke," said Mr. Putter. Mr. Putter started chopping tomatoes. Zeke came in with his stick. "No stick, Zeke," said Mr. Putter. Uh-oh. Mr. Putter started chopping turnips. Zeke came in with a potted plant. "Jiminy," said Mr. Putter. Mr. Putter and Tabby chased Zeke all over Mrs. T-Berry's house. Finally, Zeke gave up the plant. Mr. Putter put in the bathtub where Zeke couldn't reach it. "No plant, Zeke," said Mr. Putter. Look at that. What do you think? All right, I'm getting closer to being done. He and Tabby went back to the kitchen. Mr. Putter started chopping parsley. Zeke came in with a radio. "Jiminy," said Mr. Putter. Mr. Putter and Tabby chased Zeke all over Mrs. T-Berry's house. Look at that, guys. Finally, Zeke gave up the radio. Mr. Putter and Tabby went back to the kitchen. Zeke came in with a lamp. "Jiminy," said Mr. Putter. It was a very interesting morning. When Miss T-Berry finally got home, Mr. Putter was asleep. Tabby was asleep and Zeke was eating a carrot. "Oh dear," said Miss T-Berry. Her house looked a little different. It was missing things. She looked through all of the rooms, and then she looked in the bathtub. "Oh dear," she said. Miss T-Berry looked at Zeke. "Where are you? Were you a brother?" she asked. Zeke wagged. "Look at that. Do you see? That's interesting." Miss T-Berry went into the kitchen. Poor Mr. Putter. His soup was still not cooked, and there was a lamp in the kitchen sink. Miss T-Berry got to work. She made raisin bread and chocolate fudge and melted cheese toasties, and she stirred Mr. Putter's soup all afternoon. Look at what is going on. It's a mess in there. I mean, they're cooking. They're cooking in there. When Mr. Putter woke up, they had the most wonderful meal and the best soup. Mr. Putter and Tabby had ever toasted. I'm sorry, Zeke. Zeke was a brother," said Miss T-Berry. "Oh, no," said Mr. Putter. "Zeke is never a brother." A bother. "But have you seen my hat?" Ooh. Okay, next chapter. All right. Can I maybe start it over again? Oh, the story.